Welcome back to the family meeting. We appreciate you for staying with us, episode after episode, conversation after conversation. Your continued support means more than you know. Now we're taking things a step further. This is Inner Work, a new segment where we move beyond just talking about growth and start walking it out. Here, we'll take the core lessons from this first season and lay them out in real-life terms. Real situations, real choices, real consequences, with honest commentary to help you see where you stand and where you can step up. Because understanding is one thing, but application is everything. So stay with us, keep listening, but more importantly, keep doing the inner work. Episode 1A, Peace Ain't External.
And so it took me a long time to realize it is not his responsibility to make you happy. He can't. It's impossible.
You talk of this loss of identity when you married Will. And this is a quote I wrote down. It feels like I can't grasp my own journey. At times I feel resentful and angry. I don't know what to do about it. You and Will had these two sort of different visions for happiness in your lives together. His being that he wanted to take over the world as a global, movie star, all the things that he is. And within there, you start to lose yourself a little bit, it seems. This word resentful.
Yeah.
Very interesting word.
Yeah.
Can you give color to that word? Why you chose to use that word?
Because it's true. It was like I felt as though at that time, all right, if I want to help you do all of those things. I'm here to help you with that, right? And I'm like, and in return, I should get a bit of what I want, which is connection.
Let's define something clearly, because if we don't get this right, everything else we build on top of it is shaky. Resentment. Resentment is that slow-burning frustration that builds when reality doesn't match expectation. It's not loud at first. It's quiet. It sits in the chest. It keeps score. Resentment is the emotional residue of unmet expectations, especially the ones we never clearly communicated, or worse, the ones that were never realistic to begin with. It's when you feel like you've been wronged, not necessarily because someone intended harm, but because they failed to meet a standard you placed on them. And over time, that feeling hardens. It turns into distance. It turns into silence. It turns into attitude. And if left unchecked, it turns into disconnection.
Right? And so for me, just giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and forgetting, well, not even forgetting, not realizing that I was abandoning myself in the hopes that if I just keep pouring into this, if I just keep pouring into him, if I keep pouring into his dream, I'm going to eventually get what I want. Right? And that's a false idea in so many ways, right? And so many of us do that.
Now let's talk about something that a lot of people don't want to hear, but it's necessary. No other human being, not your spouse, not your partner, not your parents, can provide you with lasting peace and happiness. They can contribute to it, they can complement it, but they cannot be the source of it. That's an inside job.
If Will looked back and was trying to give me whatever the hell it was I was asking for, he wouldn't have been able to accomplish it anyway. Because if I'm not connected to myself, if I don't have a good relationship with me, there's nothing he can do. So I was going to be asked out anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's part of the journey.
See, the problem begins when we assign someone a role they were never designed to fulfill. We say things like, I just want someone who makes me happy. I need peace, and I'm hoping they bring it. But what we're really doing is outsourcing our emotional stability. And that's a dangerous contract because it guarantees disappointment. Because people are human. They have bad days. They get tired. They fall short. And when they inevitably fail to deliver the peace you expected from them, resentment shows up. Not because they betrayed you, but because you misassigned them.
There's no right or wrong. Everybody's always trying to find the good guy or bad guy in people's stories. There's no good guys or bad guys. We're all wounded trying to figure it out. You know? And so it took me a long time to realize it is not his responsibility to make you happy. He can't. It's impossible.
Now imagine this. You walk into a relationship already at war within yourself. Unresolved thoughts, unhealed wounds, unmanaged stress. And you expect another person to come in and quiet all that noise. That's not love. That's pressure. And over time, that pressure turns into blame. Peace is something you build within yourself through discipline, reflection, and alignment. Happiness is something you cultivate through purpose, gratitude, and perspective. When you bring that into a relationship, now you're not asking someone to complete you. You're asking them to walk with you. And that's a much lighter load. So let's flip the script. Instead of asking, why don't they make me happy? Ask yourself, what am I doing daily to maintain my own peace? Because a relationship should be a place where peace is shared, not sourced. Now, before we close, let's get practical. Let's talk about how to build realistic expectations, the kind that strengthen the relationship instead of straining it. 5 ways to build realistic expectations in a relationship. 1. Expect effort, not perfection. Your spouse should try, they should show up, but they will not get it right every time, and that's okay. 2. Expect communication, not mind reading. They are not responsible for guessing your needs. Speak clearly, speak early, speak respectfully. 3. Expect support, not salvation. They can stand beside you, but they cannot carry your emotional weight entirely. 4. Expect growth, not immediate change. People evolve over time. Give space for progress instead of demanding instant transformation. 5. Expect partnership, not possession. You're building something together, not controlling one another, not completing one another, building. At the end of the day, peace is your responsibility. Happiness is your responsibility. And when you take ownership of that, you free the people around you to simply be human. And in that space, real love can actually grow. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you next time. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.